Creating squares and rectangles by writing your lines of code and repeating them 4 times. And that gets a bit tedious really, keep writing the same lines of instructions over and over again. And not only is it boring, but you can make mistakes in your typing which will stop your code from working. Because we've got a repeating pattern with our squares, we can use something called a for loop. This will make it much easier for us to draw a square. We won't have to write so much code. So I'm going to take you through how to create a for loop. Now, I've started a new screen. You can start a new screen and import your turtle, set your screen up and name your turtle. Or you can just reset. It doesn't matter if you've got previous code there, so long as you reset your turtle. So turtle name.reset, open brackets, close brackets. Now, because we've learnt to use variables, we'll continue using them. So I'm going to start off by x equals 200. So that will be the length of my sides. And y equals 90. That will be the number of degrees that my turtle will turn. Now, to set my for loop up, I start typing for I. Now, you don't have to use I, you can use anything else. I just seems to be the traditional letter that you use when you're writing something like a for loop. So for I in range, and we open brackets and close brackets. Now we want this loop to repeat 4 times. While I is in the range 4, it will do the instructions underneath. So it means it will repeat this 4 times. If we had a 5-sided shape, then we'd repeat it 5 times. If we had a triangle, we'd repeat it 3 times. For I in range, open brackets, close brackets, 4, and then you must remember to put a colon. If your for loop doesn't work, you've either forgotten your brackets or you've forgotten your colon, and that's the most common mistake. Press enter and you'll notice that Python automatically then indents your next piece of code. And that is critical. Python works with indentations when it's doing something like a for loop. All we do is just put the commands that we've been using up until now, so there's nothing strange. The only thing that's different is this bit here. My turtle's called Dan, so dan.forward, open brackets, close brackets, and because you've been using variables, I just pick my variable up there. And then I just repeat here, dan.left, and I've got my y variable. So that's exactly the same. There's nothing new there, nothing scary. It's just this bit here that you need to remember, and you can copy that. You haven't got to worry about memorising it. Now we need to press enter twice. Once to get out of this loop, because if I press enter again, it's going to think, oh yes, I've got another line of code, and it will start to indent it. So I need to press enter to get it back to here and make it draw. And I press enter again, you should see it do all of these lines for me. There it goes. Now, how much easier was that than having to type out all those lines of code over and over again? What I want you to now go and do is reset your screen, set up your 2 variables, copy this exactly as it is, do not forget that colon, that is critical, and then just put your commands in and go and create a square.